Cool.
Yeah, so as you might notice, today we are sans Steve. Steve has personal things going on, and we wish him well. And we'll see him next week for the finale of Bedlam Hall. For this is session 9, the wedding.
We shall harass. We shall harass Steve next week for being such a slacker and leaving us to do all the work around the house.
All the work.
It's okay. Let's just work together to get prestige. Then we'll just level up. Both of us get a physical altercation, and then we'll just beat the crap out of him. Just kill him right away, immediately at the beginning of the session.
You really enjoy murdering people in a otherwise non-violent game, don't you?
Otherwise non-violent. You're acting like I have done any more murder than you have.
I did not do anything. I said something to a person, and they decided to go and do something dangerous. But that
you suggested to a highly easily influenced child to go do something that a child would reasonably do.
No, I simply named
at least one person that I killed is still around.
I named a person who might have what they wanted. It was up to them how to get to this person.
Well, yeah, there's been murders. It happens. Welcome to Bedlam Hall. Yeah, so that's awesome. All right, so cool. Let's do the thing. Actually, I think we left on a little bit of a cliffhanger last time.
Dun, dun, dun.
Oh, yeah, the secret passage to the kitchen. Speaking of strange people who had candy.
So the so the last we saw Ms. Danker, she was with her new assistant, who is named what again?
Rufus.
Yes, Rufus. Thank you.
Rufus.
Bring up my notes real quick. Or I will soon. So so you and Rufus are cruising through the thing, and you open the door and you start to hear what is quite obviously the cook. Somehow, in this passageway, you've gotten down to below the dumbwaiter, and so the first thing you notice is that it's extremely cold. It's like you're like literally underground. Like if there was a root cellar, this would be it. And there is, strangely, like an aroma of really delicious food. It's like you look out and it's like it looks very dank, actually. It looks like it's been carved out of like stone or granite, granite type thing. This is like a cave that was indeed probably used as a root cellar back in its heyday, before electricity and all that good shit. But yeah, as you open the door some more, as you hear the "Who's there?" you open it, and into frame comes the infamous chef. And he is not pretty.
No surprise.
He's like a very short person, like hunched over. This is someone who has not had a very great life. His like skin is all mottled, and you can kind of see his eyes are yellow, jaundiced. His teeth are not clean. But strangely, as you open the rest of the door and like the work area comes into view, it's quite pristine, actually. It looks like some kind of professional chef's cook area. It's like, you have the table, the various knives and implements that are just so. There's actually a wash basin in the corner, to clean up things. And it's like, he just looks at you for a second. No one's been down to visit me in a while.
Oh, well,
Who are you? What's your name?
I am Stephanie. Miss Danker, and I am I'm the maid. I'm relatively new.
Hmm. Hmm.
Oh, and this is Rufus.
Hmm. Stephanie and Rufus. Very nice. Very nice. You enjoy my food?
Oh, yes, it's delicious. And do you have a name, I assume?
Just chef. Just chef.
Well, your parents picked the right name, given your profession.
Hmm. It's been so long since I actually saw another real person alive. Are you real?
Have you been down? Yes. As far as I am aware, yes. Although there are dead people upstairs.
He kind of reaches out this finger, this kind of wrinkled, too long fingernailed, yellowed fingernailed hand to you, just to kind of touch you if you allow him.
I won't stop him unless it seems like he's like trying to touch my eye or something.
Yeah, he's like pokes your shoulder. Actually, it's hard enough to like push you back a little bit, but Rufus kind of looks to you. He's like, "Should we stay here or go?"
Oh, he is a member of the household, so or the staff, I guess. I'm still learning my lingo.
Hmm.
Well, chef, do you live down here?
Hmm. Yes, I've lived down here for a long time. Long time.
Why?
Hmm. I don't like to be seen. I like to cook. I like to make things. I like to make things for people. I like to make
Mm.
things of people sometimes.
Um, is is that a euphemism,
Hmm.
or
I don't know what that word
are you
means.
being are you being literal? You actually make
Literal.
food out of people?
Waste not, want not, they say. Did you want to
I think I
stay?
need to ignore the strange for that.
Yeah, exactly. Good call. Let me get you there.
That is not normal.
That is absolutely not normal. So yeah, let's ignore the strange. Go ahead and roll plus composure. Let's see how you do.
Okay. Minus composure in this situation. Well, that would be a 5.
No. All right.
Okay, it works
So
out for
yeah.
me. I have a dark foreboding.
Ooh, what is that? Oh, that's your
Oh,
feeling, not a.
it's
I
the
thought
thing that
they were
lets
talking about a
me
move.
use "We're all going to die" as the sequence. Oh no! Just for the future. Just for the future. It's okay if I fail to ignore this change. I, I,
Okay.
no, I don't think that we'll stay since you want to be alone.
Been down here for so long. So long alone. Won't you
And
stay?
and
I'll fix you something nice. I'm a good cook. I'm a chef.
but you said you didn't want to be seen.
Well, now that you're here. Cookies? Scone? And he grabs his plate off of his preparation area and puts this plate in your face. Rufus? Rufus is all totally freaked the hell out. And he's just like doing whatever the guy wants him to do. He's taking a cookie. Biscuit?
I'm 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 not very hungry.
Mm, maybe later.
Yes, maybe later.
Hmm.
But it's 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 odd to be down on this level because I've never been much of one for caves, and also I left the Lord's bedroom, and the tunnel seemed very straight. So, forgive me. I
He
Go
he
ahead.
puts his hand out to you again, and he doesn't actually touch your face, but he comes close. It's like he wants to, but he holds himself back, and it's just like again this like yellowed, broken fingernails, and he's like, Stephanie, you'll come back, won't you?
Sure. I will come back.
All right then.
I will come back.
I have things to cook, so you be on your way. And oh, and Stephanie,
Yes, chef.
don't break my heart.
Oh, I won't. I won't. But let me be clear. I am not interested in.
Everyone's interested in cooking.
Well,
Don't you eat? Don't you like
yes.
good food?
Yes, I like good food. I just am not interested in you or Rufus or anyone else. If you understand. But I'm happy to come and warm your heart with friendship. And I'm kind of backing away towards the door. But perhaps
he quirks his head like he
you
has
will
no idea what the hell you're
tell
talking
me your
about.
name. Perhaps you will tell me your real name, and then I will come back to visit.
Tell you when I remember. I'll tell you when I remember. I will. Bye for now. And he starts closing the door, so it's like forcing you out. Your little click as the thing locks.
I am not resisting. Yeah, I'm not resisting. All right, Rufus. Let's go. Let's go. That way. Let's go that way.
Excellent. So yes, you guys go back up, and yes, Rufus is only too happy to lead, and you notice he drops the cookie in the secret passage. He really doesn't have any interest in eating that at the moment. But yeah, you guys get up there, and you're back out, and let's pass some time to the day of the wedding. It turns out that everyone was serious about this. Damien was serious. Electo was serious. And it's a thing. So it's the morning of the wedding. Electo is getting ready in her room, which is right next to Damien's. Damien is doing the same. He's actually, it's been a couple weeks, a week or two, and he's recovered from his trouble, such as it was.
Good.
Yep.
That would be awkward.
It would be very awkward. Oh my god. Perfectly awkward, actually, for this game. But yeah, he's since recovered from his trouble. Things are kind of bustling. You both know, both you, Current and Danker, you know from, the talk of the family that this is not a happy day for everyone else except Damien and Electo. This is their one of the heirs marrying into, below his station, which is completely unacceptable. In so many ways.
Unacceptable to them.
Yes. Everyone but the kids seem to agree.
Mr. Current is very, very secretly enjoying the hell out of this.
Yes, the kids also what do you call it? Alexander and Alexandrina and Malachi, they're just tickled pink about this whole thing. They've never been to a wedding. This is like a first. This is, and it's in the manor. It's pretty cool.
I think
they're all
carefully instructing them on the kind of pranks they can pull during the wedding. And so this exact thing I've outlined step by step. Never ever do that, okay?
I think Current is becoming like a poltergeist by proxy. Yeah,
I know.
All the kids are about to do all his dirty work for him. But yeah, they're all.
Can I be helping Electo get ready?
Oh, perfect. Yeah, all the kids are like, they've been fighting over who gets to do what, and it turns out that Malachi will be the ring bearer, and Alexander and Alexandrina will be like little ushers, usher and usherette, and do the thing. But yeah, Electo is just happy as heck. The kids, they're probably hanging out with Current quite a lot. Like, no, tell us the next one. What do we do after that? Type of thing.
Oh, well, no, you don't do it after that. You absolutely cannot do this. Absolutely not. It's like, and you absolutely cannot look behind the third blue vase in the upper staircase. Under no circumstances can you do that. There's a string of fire quickers hidden behind that vase. Well, I mean, I want to make this fun for some people. I'm sure Electo will appreciate it.
So, meanwhile, Electo is hanging out with Stephanie, being dressed. It's decided that she will remain in her room until the actual ceremony, so as not to do the bad luck thing in front of her groom to be. And as you're kind of helping her, you're seeing that there's like a lot of layers to this dress, and it looks like it's definitely been passed down. This is not a new dress, but it's pretty. It's serviceable. It's not what coming from any of the other people in the house's backgrounds would consider like a wedding dress per se, but it's still beautiful. It's rather big. I'm gonna use a TV thing. So like the wedding dress is the bottom of it, like the skirt area has this huge hoop. So basically it's like 4 times as wide as she is, as this thing with a train behind it, and like you.
Crazy.
Between the two of you had to like actually assemble the hoop to like bend it to this piece of wood, lock it in place as it has been used in so long. And you see that she's kind of has a lot of baubles and stuff. Stephanie would definitely get the impression this is something like a superstition thing, probably. This keeps the evil spirits away. This keeps the evil eye away. This keeps me, in good spirits or fertile or whatever the hell. And all that kind of thing. But you can see she's enjoying her time with you. She's like,
great.
So, can I call you Stephanie? Is that too common for you?
No, that's I would be delighted. I wouldn't let the rest of the family catch you saying that, but
oh, the hell with them.
I would be very pleased to be Stephanie. Might be truer
I'll
words
to get you in
than
trouble.
you realize. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Stephanie. Oh my god.
Electo, have you interacted with Lord Damien when he is experiencing his difficulties.
Oh, yes. I'm well aware of that. It happened once while we were together, in fact, just after dinner, nestling in each other's arms, and suddenly he starts laughing and laughing and laughing, and it scared me at first. I retreated back to my caravan, but it's like he could track me. He knew exactly where I was, and he was like an animal. Hopefully, he's not hurt you, has he?
No. He didn't, right? I just had to help him into the bath. Okay, yeah, that was the other help from before. He hasn't hurt me, but I just there are certain things that would be indecent for anyone other than his wife to help him with. So I guess I'm pleased that he has someone to take care of him.
Oh, for certain. That's definitely my goal. I'm to be his wife. I must take care of him. It's our way.
Mm-hmm.
I know women such as yourself who, have elevated themselves to the workplace, may find my lifestyle strange, but I assure you, it's quite fulfilling. My mother's mother, all very happy. And I'm the seventh daughter of a seventh daughter, so that makes me extra special, and my family.
Well, you're not going to start throwing spells, are you? I'll chuckle a little bit.
Oh, not quite so quickly, I assure you.
Great. Do these baubles have? Do you have one that would work to protect me?
Oh, she's like, do you need protection? Tell me who it is, and I'll deal with it myself.
Well,
Has some man put his hands on you?
No. No. But there is a reclusive member of the staff who likes me to visit him, and just in case, he frankly he frightens me, and if I could have something to ward him off with, so that we could be friends and I could have no worries, that would be wonderful.
She kind of like goes the sash that she's wearing as part of this whole get up, and there's a little, looks like something that's been a rock tumbler, a stone that's been a rock tumbler for a while, a green stone on a chain, and she kind of pulls it out, and she's, well, tuck this in your clothes somewhere, wear it around your neck. It protects from dark forces. Perhaps this will help you.
Oh yes, thank you, and I'll put it on and slip it down so it's out of sight.
Yes, just take care. Contrary to the way that the way the actual Malbanes feel about their servants, I actually think you're people. I'd rather you not get hurt or harmed.
Well, thank you, and the real struggle is between people like us and people like them. So don't get sucked in. Forgive me if that was too impertinent. Shouldn't be talking too much about these things on your special day, and I'll go back to tying and wrapping and strapping.
Have you not been in the privacy with another woman? I'm just sad you aren't gossiping more. There's so much I need to know.
Well, I would be perfectly happy to gossip with you about anything you'd like.
Oh, I have so many things. And with that, we'll put a pin in that, and we'll come back. Meanwhile, Current,
Cool.
you're kind of doing your rounds through the manor, and kind of turn the corner here, turn the corner there, pick up a discarded glass here, that kind of thing. As you turn one corner, you're face to face with Sarah, the ghost girl.
And a good afternoon to you, Lady Sarah. What is it has you out and about today?
She kind of, touches like your, like the lower part of your jacket, and like puts her hand around it to tug on you and bring you a little closer. And she's like, "There's danger afoot today."
Often is. What do you know? What kind of danger is afoot?
Dark danger. Sorceress danger. It's not right. I feel it. Don't you?
Something has been in the air that's throwing off the nature of these festivities. But I had assumed that it was the family just being them,
The
family. They're disapproving selves. But this is definitely more concerning.
And well, you should be concerned.
Do you know where these dark forces might be coming from, that I might better ward myself?
I don't know. All I do know is that there's danger here. The wedding's to happen today, yes?
Yes, it is. The beautiful Lady Electo is to be married into the family, contrary to the objections of those who really have no business objecting. But that is all they can do, really. But if perhaps one of them intends to use foul sorcery to cause this celebration to go awry, this definitely... Tell me, sir, do you know of any charms or necklaces or amulets or rings that might help grant protection against these dark workings? They've mentioned them in many of the tales that are simply, disregarded as children's fancies. But I mean, are they really the things they talk about? Have some of them have come true? Obviously, I'm here speaking to you, and you obviously would be the expert on these things with your vast years and decades of knowledge.
She kind of like pats herself down. Let's see. Where do I have that bauble? Oh, wait. I'm a ghost. I'm a full ghost. I don't have pockets or things in them. She seems kind of like upset with you. It's like, and maybe it's her age that you brought up, or remind her of the fact that she's not like alive anymore. But she definitely like looks up in your eyes, and there's a little bit of anger there. She's like, "You just keep your wits about you, and remember, you don't have much of a thread left linking you to this world."
That I know, but I am always listening to you and looking to best help you out, because you are my greatest ally in this time of my delicacy.
I'll try my best. I'll be on the lookout also.
I do apologize. I just thought there might have been something among the plunder and baubles and knickknacks of the family that might be of assistance. But if not, I shall have to resort to more mundane protections, I suppose.
Or mundane protections. Battle axes, for example.
it's not hanging in the hall where it normally does, but it's not being carried by current, definitely.
It's available.
It's somewhere, yes.
Excellent. So, yeah, so things are, as you kind of break away from her, I'll say both of you are tending to other duties, and you're kind of, getting things ready. There's for this, the cook is working overtime. It's obvious there's going to be guests, and then at least it's not a huge crowd. We're not talking like 100 people. I'd say we're talking easily like 30. Mostly it seems like people are already turning up, and I'm going to say that's probably what Steve's character is taking care of. He's like the code guy for the entire session. But yeah, it's like mostly rich friends of the Malbanes, distant relatives that are showing up, just for the food probably. Some locals. There's like one of the local what's the word? Vicars is one of the vicars is actually doing the ceremony and everything like that. So things are starting to fill up. There's people, there's hors d'oeuvres to go around, and the cook just keeps turning stuff out. Tray after tray after tray of hors d'oeuvres to come up the dumbwaiter. And then you can see eventually there is a big wedding cake that pops up. You open up the dumbwaiter and there's like a 3-tier cake in there, all white and red and blue, and it's nicely decorated. There's a kind of like a wooden carving of the bride and groom on top of the cake. I don't think that was really a thing back then, but still, it is for the cook at least.
Amazing how much the cook is producing. It's way more food than one person can account for, but the cook is special.
Something like that.
So I'm sure all of us are kind of taking turns, just taking the next platter of foods and bringing it out, and then going back, attending to whatever, and then somebody else goes and picks up the next platter of food. Got to make sure everything is properly appointed.
Excellent.
While also slacking off.
There's a point where you're both kind of converging in the kitchen, and Mortimer Malbane walks in. And he's in a tuxedo, a very nice get up, bow tie. This is a very expensive suit he's in. And he kind of looks at both of you, just there's this lost, scared look in his eyes. It's I remember you. And he points at Current. I don't remember you. As he points at Stephanie. It's is there time to play, or is there some kind of party going on that I can't be a part of?
Well, there is.
I don't know about it. Oh, crap.
There is a celebration going on today. I do believe you are supposed to be a part of, but yes, we are both very, very busy with our preparations for it.
So you can't play?
At the moment, as you can see, my hands are full with this platter of stuff I must bring out, and I can't exactly play with my hands.
Oh,
Yeah, so actually, Stephanie, why don't you ignore the strange?
Okay. Yeah, this is bizarre.
Another ignore the strange. Roll plus composure. 6.
Golly, I'm gonna let's spend a prestige and make that a 7.
We're spending prestige. All right.
Yeah.
Excellent. All right. 7-9. You're distracted, being less compromised and less successful. So yeah, as he's kind of coming by, he drifts past you, and it's like you're between him and like where the big wedding cake is at, and he kind of just scooches past you, reaches around, and takes a big finger and puts it in the frosting, and oh, it's so tasty. I'm Everett, by the way.
My
What's
lord,
your name?
Mr. Current, Everett, I am Mestanker. Please, if you're interested in sweets, I can take you where there are sweets. And we can play a game of hide and seek.
Yes, you can absolutely do that. I see Miss Dega has an enjoyable game with which to play with you, while I am unfortunately busy with all of this. Anyhow, I shall return for more, and I kind of give a nod to both of them and promptly walk out the door.
Mr. Current. I want to chase after him ever so swiftly and catch him in the hall, if possible, unless you're just running away.
That's probably still quite doable, even if he's running away.
Okay.
With Everett quickly in tow.
Yes. What is it, woman?
Is this the worst that it gets, or does he start eating people too?
I am not aware of him eating people, but Everett is not the only name he has adopted in the past, or personality. So I am not necessarily one to say whether or not it gets worse, but I would say that it definitely changes. But
do I need the blunderbuss?
It was not required previously.
Rufus, get the blunderbuss.
Yes, ma'am.
It's like, but if you're going to, all right, just so you know, Rufus, the blunderbuss is here, and you'll be able to find shot for it over in the smoking room, along with some powder. Do you understand how to use a flintlock, man?
Yes, I fired it before. Remember?
I thought you were talking.
I know. You're getting old. I know you died, and well, I'll be the one using it. It's fine. You hurry about. I know you're not quite as spry and young as you used to be, but then none of us will be when we all die later, like you already have. So carry on.
Unlike
I want to drop innuendo to gain a social advantage over him.
Unlike you, I got better.
Unlike you, I got better. All right, go ahead and roll plus your secrets.
Go ahead.
Woohoo! That's a full success.
Oh wow! It had to happen once, right? Let's see. So full success. They're knocked down a peg and choose 2 from the list.
I will gain a prestige back, and I will take away one of his prestige.
All right. Excellent. Cool.
And then I would like to take Everett to Lord Mortimer's bedroom, and we're going to go pay Chef a visit.
All right. So yeah, Everett kind of follows along. He's like, "Are we going somewhere fun? Somewhere with sweets?"
Yes. I know. I know the cook who makes the sweets, and there will be all sorts of extra frostings and candies that he didn't put on the cake, and we even get to go in a secret tunnel.
Oh, him. Oh, he's a scary man. I don't like him. I've been there before.
Oh, well, we're friends.
Nobody's friends with him.
Chef and I are friends. Chef and I are friends. Chef and I are friends. And we're friends, right, Everett?
Sure. If you get me sweets.
Yeah. Yes, and I will get you sweets if we go visit my friend, Chef.
All right, go ahead and guide their direction. Roll plus persuasion.
Plus persuasion. Okay.
Here's the rolling machine today.
I'm going to spend Oh, well, it doesn't matter. Yeah, I'm going to spend a prestige so that I don't have to have any certain conditions, and then I'll just get my prestige back.
Cool. Interesting loophole. Good call. Excellent. Let's see here. So, yeah, he's only too happy to go with you then.
Perfect.
He'll follow you down.
And is Rufus with us by now? With the blunderbuss?
Yes, Rufus has returned, and you can see he has no idea how to wield a gun, because the muzzle is constantly he uses it to talk, he's pointing to the person he's talking to. Miss Tanker, I got the blunderbuss.
Thank you, Rufus. You keep Master Everett here in good hand, and I'll keep Master Blunderbuss in good hand, and we'll go visit Chef again.
We'll go visit Chef again. Oh my god. All right, as you kind of open the passage again, now that you know how to get through it, we're going to go back to Mr. Current. Mr. Current, where have you gotten off to?
And this platter full of goods, or perhaps it was the cake. I've had my hands full, and I've brought that out into the yard where we're holding all the festivities, and all the tables are set, and pretty much all the other stuff's been being brought out to. And doing that currently, while I guess keeping an eye out for anyone or anything looking suspicious, keeping an eye out for these, dark forces, or anyone who looks like they might bring the dark forces. Aside from
doesn't Mr. Current do everything currently?
He does everything. Currently is currying favor. Yes.
Funny.
But and of course, Mr. Current's drink of choice is, of course, black currant juice.
As it should be.
He says, as he has a bottle of Ribena in the cupboard. But yeah, basically, doing enough work, bringing things out in that to appear busy, while alternating between kind of slacking off, out of notice, playing to or talking to the kids about all the sorts of things they can pull off, but telling them absolutely they should not do exactly these step-by-step things. Right, and occasionally just bringing an extra bottle of wine to Grandpa Electo's father.
Absolutely, yeah, he's waiting for it.
Yeah,
excellent.
Definitely getting him an extra bottle of wine. Thinking to myself, it's whether or not it's actually a bad plan to have him completely soused before the ceremony. Or if I should get him borderline and then give him another full bottle as the ceremony started.
Oh my god! All right, so let's go ahead and you're scanning the room. So let's do everything in its place then. Current roll plus etiquette.
All right. That's back over to my etiquette is 1, and I get to roll with something extra.
Ooh.
Because I always get something extra.
Ooh.
Wow, that makes 11.
11, damn.
11. I get to ask.
Yeah.
Right?
Ask your questions. And we'll call this, everything's happening in the Great Hall, like the entrance hall, the ceremony and everything. So we'll call that the room that you're scanning.
No, right. Is there anything out of place in this room? Aside from the fact, the wedding preparations are technically in place, but if they're not as they should be, I would notice that. But
yeah, so as you're kind of going around, you're doing the hors d'oeuvre thing, you're sloughing off a little bit, kind of going back and forth here and there, and you do notice that something is out of place. You do see that Bartholomew Malbane is walking around with what appears to be, as you kind of see the edges of it, like a folded bank draft. Like something like the rough equivalent of a personal check type of thing.
Interesting. But I'm just walking around with that. That is actually a very interesting thing. Has anything been added or removed? Aside from what I already expect to be missing, which is, of course, my favorite axe and also the blunderbuss.
Let's see here. I'm going to say that the kids have been doing a couple of the things you've been urging them to do. One of the things that is missing is on one of the tables that's holding some hors d'oeuvres right now. You can see that they were kind of not complete what they're doing, and you see there are several screws that are on the ground, the ones that used to be holding one of the legs in place of the table.
And has there been a trouble in this room?
Yes. You do hear I'm going to say you definitely hear chatter from the guests about how Mortimer was acting quite strangely as he walked through. Not his normal powerful presentation that they're used to.
Interesting.
All right. Are you doing anything else special, or kind of just milling around still?
Milling around, adjusting things. Maybe changing things from table to table. Making sure that the sabotage table is loaded up with the items that will be, I guess, the most dramatic when the table collapses.
Oh my god! like things with
Actually,
little pieces in
what?
them.
Actually, that might be the best table to put the cake on.
Oh my god, that is so wrong.
No. I thought you were in favor of the wedding.
I'm in favor of the wedding, but I'm
also... do it. It's amazing.
Okay. Yeah, no, so we'll just make that table hold nothing but the cake. I'm pretty sure it's going to hold up until, if nothing else is done to the table, it will hold up. But it's a lot more fragile, and, perhaps if somebody were to accidentally stub their toe on that leg.
Yeah, that'd be it. It wouldn't take too much.
Accidentally.
Which I'm sure you can warn the children not to do.
Yes, and then I guess I'll just kind of sit back, take a look over it, and have some tea.
Well, I would have hoped that if Mr. Current is going to get them to commit practical jokes that he would teach them well enough to not be present when the practical joke happens, to have an alibi and claim complete innocence of anything that happened. Maybe.
Perhaps it would not be amiss if I were. You know what? Technically, the kids are part of the house. Can I serve the house by, of course, getting out the broom and dustpan and sweeping up all around this area to make sure these missing screws get swept up and are, not noticed by anybody else?
Sure, that sounds good. Go ahead and, yeah, let's definitely serve the house. Roll plus
Alrighty.
fortitude, please.
Get a +1 on that. Come on, 2 dice.
I have a feeling that...
That's an
what'd you get?
8.
An 8. All right. Which one do you want? Roll something extra for the remainder of the scene, or gain 1 prestige?
You know what? I think I'm going to take the something extra as the scene because I expect things are going to go sideways.
Is that the term?
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. I expect that Miss Danker is thinking she's about to serve the house. We'll see. I am myself quite curious as to what's about to happen. So, all right. Yes, Miss Danker, you're blunderbuss in hand. You're kind of making your way down that dark passageway. And again, it's so freaking weird. It's like you would know for 100% certainty that dumbwaiter is on the first floor. Therefore, the chef is on the bottom floor, or the basement type area. And you're like on the second floor. How that happened, we don't know. But yes, you do get to the door. What do you do?
Go ahead and knock, Everett.
What's that? You took. I'm sorry. I didn't realize you took Everett with you.
Yeah. No. Of course. Yeah. Definitely took Everett with us.
Okay. And Rufus also, or is he back?
Yeah. Rufus is there. Rufus is keeping making sure that Everett doesn't bolt or anything.
Gotcha. Yeah. He's like, he kind of looks at you. There's genuine terror in his eyes. He's like, "Are you sure he's our friend?"
Mm-hmm. Yes, he is my friend.
All right. He kind of goes, just these lightest knock knock. Ah, who's there? And he kind of looks at you, equally terrified that now he's certain that the chef is inside.
It's Stephanie again, and Rufus, and young Master Everett.
As soon as you mentioned Everett, the door was whipped open from the inside. Little Everett? I see. Little Everett's been dead for centuries, hasn't he? Everett's like, "What are you talking about? I'm right here." And then the chef looks to you. He's like, "What's the meaning of this, Stephanie?"
Well, I figured that you had some extra sweets lying around, and as you told me earlier, and I kind of give a little shove to Everett, waste not, want not.
So Everett's like, he realizes that he's getting pushed in, and the chef says, "Do you know who this is?"
Well, the body is Lord Malbanes, but the mind belongs to a dead boy, apparently.
I knew that boy so long ago. I know this man too. Like, maybe he would make sweet treats. And he's like, come in here, little one. I know you used to like my treats. I'll give you something. And he kind of gives you this look like he knows exactly what you just did. And the repercussions. And he, like, puts his hand on the door and slowly closes it so that you and Rufus are out of the room. You hear the click of the latch.
Gross! Gross! Okay, well, Rufus, that's one member of the family who won't be ruining the wedding.
Yeah, Rufus is like, if you say so, Miss Stephanie.
That's a really, really interesting development.
All right, so you guys, I'm assuming you all retreat back to Mortimer's room on the other side of the passage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then, can Rufus and I switch the knob on the door so that it locks from the outside of his bedroom?
Door.
Or would that be too involved?
If you had the key to the room.
Okay.
Each door does have a lock on it, but you probably, I doubt that Stephanie's ever actually seen like the key ring.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, I don't think so.
If it's all like the old-timey keys and whatever, then in theory it has a keyhole going through on both sides, right?
Yeah.
Like, if you think of all the old-timey things you see, somebody peeks through the keyhole, so it would be able to be locked from either side and opened by whoever's the key. So, if a key is available, you would be able to lock it from the outside, assuming he doesn't have a spare key on the inside.
Yeah. Or maybe does the secret door open out towards us or in to the passage?
I forget what we said.
Bedroom.
I want to say outward. Because that was like, it was
so
like
it swings into
it was
the
like
room.
flush. Yeah, it was like flush with the wallpaper type of thing. So it probably
so
have to come outward.
In the bedroom, you would pull it open. Okay.
Yeah, or like one of those things where you like push on the thing and the pressure opens it.
Yeah.
I want to move with Rufus the heaviest piece of furniture we can manage in front of the secret door.
Gotcha. All right. I'm going to say you're trying to serve the house in a very Bedlam Hall way. So let's go ahead and
Mr. Kern and I have both discovered new priorities. Okay. I'm not very good at this, but can you lend us a hand on Rufus?
No, it has to be an actual player.
Okay. Alrighty. Oh gosh. So I have to succeed on this in order to in order to actually do the action, right?
Well, it's kind of up to me. So my interpretation of your dismal roll will be that you do get something in place. It's probably like a chest of a dresser drawer type thing. And you kind of put things in place, and as you're kind of, it's so freaking heavy, you and Rufus are just using every single ounce of your strength to do it. When you do the, drop it, basically, the thud of it, you see like the blunderbuss, and it actually does go off, and I'll say that it wings Rufus. He's not out, but he's definitely now like bleeding. He took it in the thigh.
Wait, can I spend my prestige to succeed?
No, not unless you have 3.
But he knows that it was my fault. I have 3.
If you want to spend 3, I'll let you get to the 7.
Yes. Yeah. I want to spend 3, and then I'll just gain 1 prestige, so I'm not at 0.
All right. I'll say that you at the last second that does happen, but you're able to kind of push him out of the way. It's still a partial success. So yeah, you basically there's now like a hole in the wall next to the passageway door.
Okay,
for
but
the
not
moment,
leading
you're
into
all
the passage.
ringing.
It's just in the door.
No, just to the
Okay.
in the wall to the side of it. But now your
Okay.
ears are ringing badly, as would happen if you're caught in a room with a black powder weapon that just discharged. But yeah, Rufus like looks to you with those scared eyes that you're seeing more frequently in him, because he is not made of the sturdy stuff that Stephanie Danker is made of, for certain. So yeah, he's just like this look of terror, and it's like it just says to you, it's like, I'm not gonna make the week, am I?
You're doing fine, Rufus. Can you be a love and refill the blunderbuss? And maybe
Yes.
maybe you
Yes,
hold
ma'am.
on to it this time.
Okay.
Thanks.
All right. He's like, okay, whatever you say. He's just like, I need this money so bad.
You're doing great, Rufus. You're doing really, really great.
You're doing really, really
for a
great.
better assistant.
Oh my god, too funny. Yeah, so he takes the blunderbuss and he kind of looks at you one more time, like hoping against hope that you'll say, no, you know what, Rufus, just take the day off, But that's just not happening. So at the last second, he kind of like inches out the doorway and then he's gone. And you like, even from this side of the passage, you can hear crashing and just sounds of fighting or agony or something. And then all is suddenly silent.
I don't actually know who I wish would win, but I'm gonna get out of that room.
Fair enough. All right.
And I'm gonna go look for Electo.
Excellent. She'll still be in her room.
Okay. Yeah, I assume she doesn't really have any. I assume she doesn't really have a wedding party, given that the family doesn't like her and she's kind of displaced geographically. So there's probably not anybody else who's with her, since her father or grandfather or whoever is just drinking the day away, and all of her new family hates her.
Right. Yeah, that's a fair statement. Yes, definitely. Cool. So as you go to find her, let's see. Let's go over to Mr. Current real quick. Mr. Current.
Yes, indeed.
Oh, there you're back. Cool. Yes, Mr. Current. You've done your thing. You've swept up those just persnickety little screws that were just a danger to everyone. Really, I mean, they're sharp metal objects. I mean, you got them out of the way, and other sundry items, that kind of thing. As you kind of swept things up, you also found what looks to be that bank draft that Bartholomew was holding. And if you turn around, you can kind of see him like looking feverishly around, but totally not in this direction, unfortunately for him.
I guess I will have to definitely keep that out of sight and just kind of slip it into the jacket.
Cool. Yeah, it's already just folded for your convenience, and it says
Slip it into the jacket while I'm like bent over and getting the pen in that, making sure he can't see me do this.
Right, and to most of the people here, you're completely freaking invisible. It's obvious you are the help,
yeah.
And they don't really care about the help of which you are. So yeah. You whatever you do pretty much remains unseen, and you can just see Bartholomew. There's that fevered look on his face as he's kind of like that just upset and a little scared. Look on his face as he's kind of like searching around high and low, like where the hell did it go?
Well, and then I will away myself to one of those nice little private spots that the family never ever goes to. That obviously I can get a bit of privacy if necessary. Back to the kitchen. It's probably not very far.
True.
Maybe from the kitchen, slip into my little pantry where I can close the door and take a look at this draft.
So it's so the bank draft is in the order of £5,000, and it's made out to Electo. You didn't know her last name was Georgios, but her last name was Georgios. Electo Georgios. In the memo, there's like a memo section. It says, "Go away and never come back."
Oh, well, that's interesting. That's interesting indeed. So, and this indicates that is it from like the family's account or from Bartholomew's account personally?
Looks like it was like from an actual bank draft from the Malbanes like main account, the same one you draw from, in fact, to do your thing.
And would there be any way I'd be able to change the memo field, like obscure what was there and write something else over top of it?
I suppose that depends. Are you trying to serve the family? Doesn't sound like it. Sounds like you're trying to not serve the family.
I'm trying to serve the not quite family yet.
Serve the house. I'm
trying to serve Electo. I like Electo.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay. Let's do a serve the house. Let's not serve the family. Sure. Let's do the thing. Roll plus fortitude.
Right. +1. That makes exactly a 7. Or
right. Well, you get to roll with something extra.
Right. I get something extra for the remainder of this scene. So let's
roll another die.
Okay, so actually makes it not bad.
Yes.
Ooh, good call, Philip. Right. So I kind of roll something extra for the remainder of the scene and gain 1 prestige. So gain a prestige. Yeah. So.
Yes.
I'll definitely say that you kind of like. So what are you trying to do? Like obscure it, like take it completely off, or change the words, like make a P into an A type of thing?
Ideally, I was hoping to turn it into basically from "go away forever" to saying like memo, a gift upon embarking on your new life or something like that. Essentially a welcome to the family sort of thing.
Oh, interesting. All right, yeah, your 10 plus gets you that. I'll say that happens. Yeah, you're able to. Yeah. It's like it's one of those like you've all used those ink erasers as a kid. You know, the ones that basically are sandpaper on paper and wear away the whole damn thing. Yeah, you can probably do a little of that. A little good handwriting on top of that will do the trick.
Yeah, I guess changing the "go away forever" into "welcome forever."
All right, so you do.
And once I do that, I will smirk knowingly, and then stick it back in my inner pocket. And hold on to it for an opportune moment.
Excellent. Excellent.
Yeah, it's just the exact moment necessary. But yeah, otherwise, nobody examines the house.
True story, as I pointed out. Awesome.
But
all right.
Definitely. Oh, and also since I'm in the pantry, I'm going to change into sort of a larger, looser uniform jacket with the kind of doesn't fit quite so well, but has some extra room inside that. Because I'm then going to go and put one of the nice sturdy serving platters on the inside of this jacket. because I really, really have no idea how this is going to go, and I'm not really looking to die again.
Fair enough. That's funny. All right, yeah. So, like you probably lost some weight at some point. You had to spend money on stuff, and you couldn't get enough, extra food. So yeah, you have the old suit.
Yeah, well, it used to be quite like the college athlete, and now I'm a butler, and I try to keep it up with my, weightlifting bags of flour and that, but it's not the same.
Yeah, bags of flour is not the same as being like 18. Trust me on that one. But yeah, so yeah, you do the thing. So yeah, so now you have a platter in your. I'm assuming you put it like on your front.
Yeah, basically, right over the chest. I know it's, not necessarily proper protection, but it's something. It's something.
Yeah.
Hopefully, at least if somebody like throws a knife at me or something, it won't go through much.
Not much. Awesome. All right.
I mean, it's a metal serving platter. It should better than nothing. I don't want to die again. Not yet. I have a feeling Sarah would be disappointed if I died so fast.
Probably. All right. Excellent. Stephanie, you're now with Electo. She's all dressed, and now at this point, she's just kind of looking out the window from her room, kind of like onto the grounds in the back. And she's like, Stephanie, won't you come here to the window, please?
Sure. Yeah. Absolutely.
I want you to tell me if you see what I see. It's the most curious thing. She kind of points out the window, and you kind of, look out, and you kind of focus, and there's this guy. He's looks like he has like, filthy overalls. His hair is unkempt. The weird oddity is like his left hand looks like it has like one of those little hand trowels attached to it, like where a hand used to be. And the other hand is just kind of like moving around. It's actually probably guiding a rake as he walks. And his kind of dirty face looks up, and he kind of gives you the ladies a nod as he notices you in the window. Oh, nice. Wave at the one-handed guy. Yeah, that's messed up.
How is that messed up? I don't understand how that's messed up at all.
So Lecto is like, what do you see out there, Stephanie?
The gardener?
Well, yes. He looks like a gardener, but why doesn't he have a hand? What beasts do you have roaming around here?
Do you remember how we were talking about your groom?
Yes.
Well, sometimes when the mood hits him, he roams as well.
She's like, oh my goodness, he didn't.
All I know is when I helped him to become decent, there was a hand.
Oh. Well, fellow's looking like he's doing well.
He doesn't seem too terribly bent out of shape.
She kind of looks at you. Yes. She won't do the no pun intended thing, but she wants to. Very well then. She kind of like turns away from the window. All right then. Now comes the boring part.
Can I scan? Can I scan? I don't know if this would be a proper use of everything in its place. I basically want to check to see if anything is off about the gardener besides the fact that he's missing a hand. Would that be everything in its place? Can I do that?
No, it's specifically about like what's going on in a specific room.
Okay.
If you wanted to really know what was going on, you could go out on the grounds and find him and see.
I would not survive that. Most likely.
I would not survive that.
I don't have very good fortitude. And there are still those weird black cloaked figures who we've never seen again. And I'm not really interested in tangling with that. Especially while I'm trying to make sure this wedding goes through. So I think I'll just hope for the best.
Yeah. So Electo kind of was like, I'm so bored and I'm hungry. I don't suppose you could sneak me some of those little meals. What are they called?
Pasties?
Or hors d'oeuvres. The hors d'oeuvres from the party.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
Could you sneak me some? I
Of
feel a
course.
little faint at the moment. I haven't eaten since yesterday. Been a little.
Oh no. Yes. Yes. Here. Have a seat. I'll help her to a chair.
Yeah. She sits down, and it's no food, and on my wedding day, and it's quite the event.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I too feel like it's been quite an eventful day already, and the wedding hasn't even happened.
The wedding hasn't even happened.
Wait right here. And I'll go find, I guess a platter that people have been eating from, and take it back up. I'll just kind of grab it and take it up.
All right, why don't you serve the house?
Ooh. Don't mind if I do.
Let's see how you do.
Golly.
Is that your roll there?
Well, that was Yeah, I mean, I guess I'll do the same thing and spend a prestige in order to get a prestige, so I succeed.
Let's see here. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so you're making it a 7?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, so you kind of, you kind of try to take the whole thing up. Again, like, she seems like she needs some sustenance, man. And you're kind of trying to get as much up. And it seems like people seem to think you're like the server, so they keep taking stuff off it. So by the time you're done, I'll say there's about a third of what you actually wanted to bring her, but it's probably maybe best that she eats a little light. You don't want anyone vomiting, that type of thing.
Yeah.
Excellent.
This is when I'm grateful for the cold weather at the manor, because at least she won't have to be worrying about overheating in her bulky dress.
Her bulky dress.
Okay, yeah, I'll take up the food turn.
Excellent. Current. You're about to leave your pantry. In fact, you're opening the door, and there's a Damien at your door, and he has this like kind of shell-shocked look on his face. It's like, Current, may I speak to you in your pantry, please?
Absolutely. Come right in.
Enters, looks to see who's following him, and he
close the door.
Close the door. He's like, Current, you're a man of more years than I, and I certainly don't know you well, but have you ever been wed before?
That I have not. as it is, I am wed to my profession, so to speak. But I have attended and served at a number of weddings. So I might be able to answer any inquiries that you do have.
Well, he's like, why not? Current, I am worried that I'm about to tear apart my family, but Electo is meant to be my bride, and I have a child with her. I want to make an honest woman of her. I want to do what I can so Malachi can eventually take communion, all of the things that a child out of wedlock can't do. But is that worth the cost of my family? Will I be disowned? I'm good at soldiering to a point, but I hadn't thought to make it a profession. I always had the family to fall back on. What do you say, Current? Stop me from talking.
Myself, my time with Elective, absolutely delightful woman, intelligent, perceptive, sharp wits, and with a fortitude and an attitude to match, and that she would be, well, I mean, I suppose I just use a much more suitable bride than some of the people who have been married into this family. Especially for men of your stature and ability, and quite frankly, some outside blood into the family line would not go amiss. And the times they are changing, and the old ways can't always be the ways that things are kept. In my personal opinion, is absolutely the thing to do, and perhaps shake up the family. But I mean, they can claim that they're going to disown you, but can they really? You are son of the patriarch, and you have rights, both morally and under the law. And there's only so much they can do. I mean, while the magistrate may be friendly to them, the law is still the law, and the magistrate is obviously bound by it. Any such effort to disown you could definitely be challenged in court. But truly, having things shaken up a bit around here, it would not be amiss. Things have been very complacent for a while. And while they may be touching and poo-pooing for now, they will come on, especially the children. Children are extremely fond of Electo, even though they haven't spent much time with her. And they are the future, as they say. And I expect after all of the pomp and circumstance that they are tutting about now, that, in a month at most, it will all quiet down and things will just go on. Perhaps the family might be a bit cold towards Electo, or even to you, but they are often quite cold to each other already.
He kind of chuckles at that one. Oh, you've noticed, have you, Current? Well,
It is my job to see everything and to be seen by no one.
He kind of frowns at that, and he goes over to your liquor cabinet and opens it up and reaches for a bottle from the scary side.
I do not actually know the contents of that bottle. It may have gone off or not. I was definitely going to inspect the serving it to anybody, but I mean, if that is the one,
it's fine to me.
Fair
I'll
enough.
let you guide this direction if you want.
Because
he's going to drink it.
I suppose I could try that.
You roll with something extra?
The extra,
Oh, there's
and I have a 2 in persuasion, so sure, let's try that.
All right. See how I do. What could go wrong?
5, 6, 7, 8, 9
All right.
is what I get. They will consider my suggestion, but fall under conditions that you choose.
Gotcha. Let's see here. I will say, yeah, he'll put it down, but he's like, Current, I just have to ask you something. If something were to befall me, if I was disowned from the family, they'll keep Malachi. He's still of Malbane blood. Were I to be disowned, would you promise me to look after him? I would trust you in this.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I am truly honored that you would make such a request of me. Absolutely, I do pledge myself to this.
And he moves his hands away from the one bottle and goes to a good one, pulls it out. Well, then drink with me to it.
I would be honored, sir. Yes. Then I will just go and fetch a couple of glasses, and put them on the table, and put my hand out for him to hand me the bottle so I can get the corkscrew and pull the cork and pour us both a drink.
Gotcha. So yeah, as we go into break at our halfway point, we watch the incredibly rich dude having a really great wine with the butler. And who opened it? The butler did it. Yeah. Thank you for faking it there, Philip. All right, so we'll take our halfway through break and see you guys in 10 minutes. And there we go. We'll continue and see what happens with the wedding. See you in 10. All right, we are back from break. So yes.
I didn't do it. Nobody saw me.
Nobody saw the butler do anything.
Oh, wait, no, we're back. Sorry. Anyhow, carry on.
So yeah, it's come time for the event itself. Current with Damien with his little extra burst of liquid courage and resolve that things will be taken care of no matter what. He goes down to the main hall, greets the guests, and there's a decently lengthy speech about how wonderful marriage is and how how Electo is a fine woman and all that kind of good stuff. Probably Stephanie. I'm assuming. Are you still up with Electo, or are you kind of making the?
Yeah, I think I'm
now?
with Electo.
Okay. So yeah, so Damien makes this nice speech, and people clap appropriately, as they should. It would be embarrassing not to otherwise in such company. And as they're literally eating your food, the food of the house, drinking the alcohol of the house, and enjoying its hospitality, such as Malbane hospitality is, and yeah, doing the thing. Things start to separate. You got the probably Current and I'm assuming Rufus. Did I already forget the name? Rufus? It's Rufus.
No, that's correct. Yeah, that's correct.
Sorry. I was blanking there. Probably Current and Rufus will start setting up the chairs for the actual ceremony, and as it's just embarrassing. They like the Malbanes, even though it's a slight, smirch on the event. it's, you know, like most weddings, it's divided up. It's friends of the bride, friends of the groom, and the
Oh
only one
no.
sitting on the friends of the bride side is grandpapa. Everyone else is on the other side
Oh no.
as they sit down and await the bride. You know, there's flowers everywhere. Things are pretty for this great hall. And what do you call it? I'll say that, yes, so Bartholomew's looking around. You can see now he's like, you know, where's the banknote? Where's my father? You know, and he's like, he goes, Kurt, go and get the bride. Let's get this damnable thing over with.
Well, I guess I will proceed to go and do that.
Okay.
That's
So,
what.
yeah. Yep. So there's a knock at the door. I'm assuming current you knock before entering the lady's room.
Oh yeah. So well, it's the ladies' room. I have to knock and wait to be admitted.
Yes, you definitely hear the knock.
Shall I get that? I think we're ready.
This is it, huh?
It's Mr. Current. Lady Electo's presence has been requested for the marriage ceremony.
Are you ready?
Ready as I'll ever be. I'm about to become a Malbane. Who saw that coming?
Wonderful. And I don't think any of us saw anything like this coming.
She kind of takes a big breath, lets it out, and then like she goes towards the door, and as she tries to get through it, you'll notice that her hoop is far too wide for even the door frame. So she kind of like, as she tries to leave, she has this look on her face, and Current, you're face to face with her at this point, and she has this very uncomfortable look, like, I seem to be stuck. Like she turns around to look to Stephanie. Can you help me with this damn hoop? I think it would be difficult to get out of the room.
We'll take it out. Yes, we'll take out the hoop. It'll be different from tradition, but we're breaking all kinds of traditions today.
If I may propose something, I shall certainly step away and avert my eyes while you assist the Lady Electo. Perhaps if one were to simply take the edge of the hoop and to turn it sideways to make it taller than it is wide, would permit egress.
Yes, that's a great idea. Can you lend us a hand with that?
If the Lady Electo consents, of course. I would not want to visit any such improprieties on her. But is this solution acceptable to you?
So, yeah, so let's see. So, I think we're both serving the house. Does that sound right?
Yes, so that's my can you lend us a hand action. I can ask someone to help me and roll persuasion.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Let's do that.
That's what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Holy crap, a 10.
Ooh, that's a 10. I get to pick 2. Okay.
Right.
Let's I get to pick 2, so I get an extra prestige, and we both get a prestige. So I get 2 prestige, and you get 1 prestige.
Ooh,
In addition to...
Very cool.
I'm down with that.
Sweet.
All right. But now you have to actually do the serve the house, right?
Oh, true. This is
I
the part
guess
I'm not so good at, but that's okay.
I guess
Yeah, so let's go and...
You want us to both roll for that, or just one of us?
Both of you. You're both serving the house. You should gain or whatnot from this. Seems reasonable.
Okay.
It
8.
Not bad. I have a +1 and something extra. So that gives me also
8.
only an 8. But still.
All right. So you can either you already have something
what's
extra.
considered the scene?
Sorry, what?
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Scott.
Oh no. So Jason, I mean, you already have something extra for the remainder of the scene. We're basically making this one big scene for the moment,
Yeah.
at least. So why don't you go ahead and gain a prestige?
Okay.
And what were you saying?
Oh, what is considered the rest of the scene?
I'm going to say until the end of the ceremony.
And so a new scene will begin after the I do and you may kiss the bride.
Yeah, after all that's done and the party's over, so to speak, that will be the end of the scene eventually.
I'll roll with something extra for the rest of the scene as well.
Probably wise.
Yeah.
Or is it? All right. Cool. All right. So yeah, it's a little bit of gymnastics. You're thankful that Alexo is nimble and flexible, but yeah, eventually, like, it's literally some kind of gymnast show here, and you kind of get her through and get the hoop, and you're finally on the outside of the door and able to actually maneuver down the hallways safely. So yeah, she kind of picks up her dress a bit, and she kind of, Stephanie, can you pick up my train?
Mm-hmm.
And she hands Current. She hands you a bouquet of flowers. Hold the bouquet. I have to lift up my dress to make sure it doesn't get torn on anything.
Absolutely.
Yes. Before you know it, heading down the stairs. She has this big hoop dress. She's kind of lifting up just so that you can actually see her feet at this point, which is impossible before. As she's lifting it up, and before you know it, you're right outside the big hall. She kind of takes the flowers back from you, Current, and she kind of looks towards both of you and says, "I really do appreciate your help. There are, besides myself and Damien and maybe the children, there's few who would say that. So I thank you for your assistance."
You're welcome.
Absolutely.
Then she takes a deep breath, and you hear the wedding march being played on a what do you call it? It's not the piano. What's the other one? The older
A harpsichord.
a harpsichord. Yes, a harpsichord. Yes. Let's go total Addams Family on this one. So yes, there's the harpsichord that's been moved in for just this occasion is playing, and the wedding march happens, and Grandpapa is totally drunk, but able to make his way over to Alexa to kind of guide her down really she's guiding him down the aisle as he gives her away, so to speak. Back when the days when, woman was the property of her father until he gave her to another man, that kind of thing. But yeah, he's totally sauced, and like it's comical as she like sets him down very gingerly in the front seat right there, and kind of makes the rest of her way to the to stand across from Damien, and the vicar looks around, and he can see this look on his face like there's this one person sitting on the one side, and it's just like it's not normal. This is not right. He's like, you can tell it's like if he could find people on the street to bring in here, he totally would, just to sit there. But that is not a luxury that he has available to him right now. So, shall we begin? And the wedding march stops, and the ceremony begins. Where are you both going to be during the ceremony itself?
I
I'll be
suppose.
standing back. Oh, go ahead.
I suppose I will be on, I guess, the bright side, standing, I guess, somewhat near Grandpapa, but
Excellent.
otherwise kind of standing, at attention and prepared for whatever may come.
Excellent.
Okay,
How about Stephanie?
probably not prepared, but I mean, looking like it.
I will stand by Current, and I'll have Rufus with me and make sure that the blunderbuss is handy.
Is it going to be like in the open, or what are you doing?
He's just I'm having Rufus just kind of hold it behind his back, and I'm ready to snatch it if necessary. So it's like Rufus, me, Current.
Oh my goodness. So the wedding goes on, and as it turns out, both decide to do something which is quite modern, and they exchange vows. Damien's vows talk all about how she was a good woman when he met her, and she gave him the greatest gift a woman can give a man, and a wonderful son, and now is time to make that all right in the eyes of God, and all that kind of good stuff. And she answers back, basically kind of, like it's very much on the long lines of, you aren't Romani, but I'll have you anyway. You one loves who one loves. And that's the way of it, and God will smile on us regardless of the fact that you're not of the blood. And the vicar again kind of looks towards the grouping of servants by Grandpapa and kind of nods, like you can tell that's looking at his face like, thank you so much, someone's over on her side. He's done this. He has to have done this like 100 times, and this is like, again, he's like aghast. It's still, as he goes through the ceremony, you can tell this is just a constant feeling. This is not normal. Welcome to Bedlam Hall. So so he does the thing where, and if anyone shall have a reason that these two shall not be wed in holy matrimony, speak now, or forever hold thine peace. And you can kind of like see this rustling on the other side, not the bride side. And it's like, you can see like there's a whole bunch of people who are like looking over at like, Bartholomew and Delilah, and just like looking, are you going to do it? You can tell Bartholomew just wants to stand up so bad, but it's just not, he doesn't. The overly long and arduous moment passes, and says, and with the power given to me by God in the Devonshire county seat, I pronounce the two of you husband and wife. And does the kiss the bride thing. They kiss, and these new rings. Yeah, it's like, oh God, it's so beautiful.
I love weddings.
The rings are, glistening in the light that's showing on them, and they kind of turn around, and Damien steps forward. I'd like to thank all of the guests here today for joining us in this most sacred of days, certainly one of the best days of my life. And I served on the front, fighting for Queen and country. Yeah, it's Queen. And I thank you for being here with me. And all of a sudden, because it can't be that easy, there's this clatter. There's this clatter, and like from the room just off the Great Hall, and like just like with this real sense of focus, you see Mortimer Malbane walk in, and he has this carving knife in his hand is all bloody. His outfit is bloody, and he gets in, says, "You won't take me down that easily, Corrigan." And he's looking at Damien as he says this. He throws the knife on the ground and it sticks, and he goes over to the wall in the Great Hall where his rapier was, and now is in his hand. He's like, "Face me."
I shoot him.
Okay.
You really shoot him?
Yes, I really shoot him.
Oh my god. I don't even know what this is. Oh shit. Well, I wonder if you're serving the house. I don't know anymore. It's out of control. Do you have that? Do you have your cause harm move? Or was that was right? That was with
No.
That was with our poor Ruby, who's left us.
That was the other murderess.
Yeah, before you turned over a new leaf.
I'm trying to figure out what move this might fall under.
I think it's serving the house because it's sparing the family embarrassment. If I kill the Lord, then it's on the crazy servant. It's not, oh my gosh, the Lord killed his son at his wedding.
All right. What do you call it? Current. Are you doing anything else? Otherwise, I will allow this. This is definitely going to happen.
I am blinking repeatedly as this happens, and regardless of the outcome of this shot, I am going to duck over to one of the nearby tables, reach under it, and pull out my battle axe. which I have taped to the bottom of the table.
You guys are the most heavily armed servants I've ever heard of in my life. This is amazing.
I was killed once. I don't want it to happen again.
Oh my goodness. All right. Go ahead and let's go ahead and serve the house.
Okay.
Fortitude. And you're rolling with something extra, remember?
Yes, I am. All right, that is 8 minus 1 is a 7.
All right, still 7 and 9.
I'm successful.
All right, strangely,
so I'll get a prestige
gain 1 prestige.
For this.
Oh my god!
I'm not making a move yet. I'm just making sure that I'm armed and ready to make a move if I have to, but not actually intending to ask anybody a question yet.
There you go. All right. So you snatch the blunderbuss away from your faithful assistant, Rufus, and this blunderbuss wielding little lady. Again, the blunderbuss is probably as tall as her when all is said and done. And out of nowhere, Mortimer is going at. He gets the rapier off the wall. He's moving towards Damien, and suddenly, boom! There's this. You can actually see the spark of the flintlock or whatever hitting the black powder. The black powder, fire shooting out the side and igniting, and you can actually see like the there's the smoke, and you can, if you look closely enough at the moment, you can, like, as time slows down, as things do in times of danger, you can even see like little bits of shot come out, and it like goes straight into Mortimer's like torso. And it's like you actually see a few pieces come out the other side, and like they break some vase on one of what you call it, the one of the tables, side tables out there, and he as the smoke clears, you can see he's still standing, and he has a rapier in hand, and he turns to Stephanie and does the salute with the rapier and twists it off to the side, and then falls down. And suddenly the entire party is freaked out. Damien is aghast. Alexa has no idea what to do. Grandpapa has exactly the same look that he's had on his face during the entire ceremony. But everyone else is totally freaked. Like, where the hell did that blunderbuss come from? Why did that servant just shoot, Malbane? Why was Malbane going at his son with a rapier? Insanity. So, it's quite the scene. Bartholomew is up, and he's boring holes and stuff. You're like, what have you done, woman?
I think I'm going to try and serve as the house by coming out into the front, right up the front, in front of the vicar, and everybody, and beginning to make an impressive speech.
Oh.
While waving the axe around, of course.
Oh my God, what the hell have these people walked into? This is horrible. This is like the worst wedding these people have ever been to in their lives. Servants are crazy here.
Thank you! Thank you all for enjoying the marvelous display of pageantry that we have enacted for this wedding, as it was decided that obviously the old way is very stuffy and boring, and you are better people and deserve proper entertainment for your events. And since we have staged a wonderful display of a conflict with confetti loaded into the blunderbuss here, weapons all around. As you can see, I'm holding one, and as you can see, it is blunted and absolutely harmless.
Oh God, please tell me you're about to juggle. Please tell me you're about to juggle axes or something. Please. Please do it.
I'm not sure I know how to juggle axes.
Well, go ahead and serve the house. Let's find out what you can do.
Especially two-handed battle axes, but sure. As you can see, this is completely harmless, and I'll throw it up in the air to spin and catch it on its way down.
Oh my God! All right, serve the house. Let's see how this all goes.
+1 and something extra. That is an 8.
All right. You're already rolling with extra, so gain another prestige. These are coming up aces for you all. This is surprising as hell, I gotta say.
It's like,
yes, and Lord Mortimer is such a devoted actor. He won't break character. Don't try.
Yes, but as Miss Stinker here removes him to another room such that he may freshen up and change it up and rejoin the wedding party later. But please enjoy the festivities. There is wine available and very many hors d'oeuvres. You are all encouraged to enjoy the pageantry and revelry on this joyous occasion. Now, take the axe and bow deeply to everybody.
Well,
and
everybody's confused, but
huge shit-eating word on my face. And big word on my face, but my eyes are shooting daggers straight at Bartholomew.
And Damien's he totally knows this is you're putting on a show here, but he's like, yes, and he kind of holds Electa to him as if to put himself between her and Mortimer on the ground. Is Stephanie and Rufus going to pick him up and take him away?
Stephanie,
Yes, yeah, we're gonna take him away through the servants' quarters out into the grounds. Because we don't have our convenient chef to get rid of dead bodies anymore, I assume, given the bloody knife, so we gotta go find another member of staff to help us.
So so you're kind of dragging him, out through the servants' quarters, and like I don't know, it's like and he's like being dragged. His feet are like behind him, and he looks to you. He's like, Danker, I think I've been shot.
I dare say you have, my lord.
Well, put me on a table or something, woman. What? I've been shot. How did I get shot? You can see he's like just very weak. There's a bit of blood loss going on here too.
It's a long story, sir, but we'll take you outside for some fresh air. It'll fix you right up.
Like, take me inside and put me on a table. It's dreadfully cold out.
I'm gonna shake my head at Rufus.
Rufus is like terrified right now. This is the worst first several weeks of a job he's ever had in his life. So he's just totally limp. He's like, take me inside. It's cold out.
We'll put you somewhere warm, my lord. Don't you fret. Just rest. It's good for you. Just rest. Just rest.
Very well then. All right. Looks like you're going onto the grounds.
Yeah, I'm not good at this. Is this still the same scene?
Yeah. For the sake of it, let's call it the same scene. This will probably be the end of the scene, though. This part here.
Yes. That's a 10.
Excellent. All right. You travel through the environment, no pen or cost. Awesome.
Oh, so, no, my math is wrong. It's a 9.
Oh, I think it's pretty much.
Yeah, it's a 9.
All right. Let's see here. I'm gonna say someone from the house sees you. There's gonna be like the kids are kind of Alexander and Alexandrina are out. They've since the thing is broken up and their parts were done, they were kind of outside by where you guys were doing croquet the other day, and they're kind of like watching you carry him. Like, then Alexander's like, Danker, where are you taking grandfather?
We'll fix him right up. Don't you have some mischief that Current told you not to do?
Well, perhaps, but we don't want to be around when it actually happens. That makes us in trouble.
Very clever. So maybe you don't want to be around for this mischief.
That's right. Just try and throw shade on me.
It's like, is Grandpa
I think
Grandpapa sick?
Fully under the umbrella tree. Yes, the fresh air will do him wonders. He's going on vacation, and he'll enjoy his vacation.
So they go ahead, and I'm gonna have you guide the direction. Let's see how they react.
Okay. Ooh, I'm good at this one.
So plus persuasion.
Yeah, so that is going to be a 9. No, a 10. My math is bad.
All right, they follow your lead. Gain 1 prestige. You're a prestige machine tonight, both of you, really.
Oh, rocking and rolling.
Excellent. Cool. Yeah, so they're like, well, sort out your mischief. And come on, Alexandrine, let's go inside. It's cold out here. And as they leave, you see Sarah standing alone, just watching you. The other twin or whatever. I'm not sure. Is Stephanie in the know of anything of Sarah? I forget.
Let me
don't
see.
think
Let me
so.
check my notes. Yes, I know that there's a dead Malbane daughter named Sarah, but she appears to be living. That's all I know.
Gotcha. Okay.
So I don't know anything else about her except that she exists, and I've seen her before.
Gotcha. Yeah, you see her now, and she kind of just watches you, in the distance where the kids were standing. Excellent. Hold that thought for 1 second.
I'm just trying to get to the gardener. That's all.
Yeah. Mr. Current, what are you up to?
I apparently axe juggling. Basically, I'm trying to conduct the festivities in the wedding hall. Trying to call people up to dance, directing them to the wine and the hors d'oeuvres and the wine and the wine and the wine. The more they drink, hopefully, the less they'll remember of this.
Good plan.
And who is playing the harpsichord?
A hired individual, someone from town you probably don't recognize.
See if I can get them to play some jaunty show tunes.
Jaunty show tunes.
Something more upbeat.
Nice.
Certainly, yeah. They're only too happy to serve. They're just another bit of the generally off-site help type of thing. But yeah, they'll play whatever you want. Damien does come to you after your act is over. He's like, good story there, my good man. But where is my father now? And is he dead? And how did that woman get to be such a crack shot? I've seen seasoned elite soldiers who couldn't kill someone with a weapon such as that.
I do not actually have an answer to any of those questions. The best I could suppose is that a blunderbuss by its nature does not require a high degree of accuracy, and perhaps she was just very lucky? Maybe? I honestly do not know. But and then he took him away. I do not know to where. And honestly, your guess is as good as mine at this point. But if I
did not expect this.
Neither did I. So I was prepared for some possible verbal altercations, but that I had no idea was coming. Actually, one moment. I'll see if I can wave Electro to come over and join us.
Yeah, she sees you and pops over.
Yeah, and it's like, and oh yes, and specifically for you, I'll go reach in and I'll pull out. I found this earlier with your name on it, and so I assume, given that it is addressed to you, that it is your possession. So, and I will hand over the bank draft.
And she'll open it up and kind of her and Damien read at the same time. She goes, Damien, my love, is your family actually accepting me? Oh, this is absolutely a momentous day. Oh, I'm twice blessed. And then her Malachi pops over and she puts an arm, thrice blessed. They
Oh.
hold each other tight in the moment of perhaps the most pure love that has ever permeated the house, even for a brief time. And yeah, so let's jump back to Danker. What are you and Rufus doing? He's now lost consciousness, it seems.
Yeah, we're looking for the gardener. We wanted to find the gardener.
It'll take a little bit, but yeah, you with that roll, you'll definitely run into him. And yeah, he does have the freaking trowel hand going on. Yeah.
You've served here a long time, right? My name is Danker, and this is Rufus, and perhaps you know where an impromptu graveyard would be?
For the first time ever knowing this gardener, you see this look of puzzlement in his eyes. Yeah.
Well, do you know how to use a shovel? Okay. Lend us a hand here while we get rid of the nastiness.
And starts digging away with this little freaking trowel.
Yes!
And yeah. So let's as the hole starts to become bigger, the the night starts to drag on, and it's right about as the deed is done. He's in the hole and covered up. You and Rufus are like, you're covered in a little bit of dirt again. Nothing too messy, but you were assisting in digging. There was like implements around, and as you are leaving, you kind of leave. The gardener kind of just turns away and goes his own way. You realize that you're within a large circle of people in black robes. There's like about 12 of them, and while you were doing your thing, apparently they formed that circle around you, and they just kind of stand there, all facing exactly inward. What do you do?
I guess I'll just sort of clutch my shovel more tightly. Be like, what do you want?
They say nothing. They're not even. They don't react to your presence. They don't seem to move. They're definitely not talking. And Rufus is kind of like he's grabbed onto your arm, and he's like, "Miss Danker, what do we do? Will they let us go?"
I don't know. Try leaving the circle, and if they let you,
You leave the circle first,
Mr. Pratt.
Oh Jesus! Yeah, so he's like, "If you think so, Miss Danker," and he kind of peels himself away from you, and he kind of timidly kind of goes out and out. Then he like almost like hops past the like the nearest two, between them to leave the circle, and they still don't react. He's like, he has that look on his face like he's ready to be hit or something like that, that look. And then they literally don't react at all.
Go get Mr. Current.
All right. So yeah, it's Current. It's after a while. The bride has done her various dances, and she's come to you, and she's about to offer you a dance when Rufus comes, and he is looking terrified, and he has a bit of blood on him. He was carrying a guy who just got shot with a blunderbuss. What do you do, Current?
You seem to be a bit Rufus, do you need to clean up a bit?
No, Mr. Curran, Ms. Danker needs you immediately. Desperately, please.
Certainly. And I will go, and I will follow Rufus to Miss Danker. I won't put up any kind of resistance. Just say, Damien and the Electro, it's like, I need to step out momentarily, but please continue the festivities. Perhaps start a dance.
And they kind of look at you, and they while they enjoy your company, it's like now they've kind of faded into this is our night type of thing. So they kind of go about their business and start mingling and doing what newly married people do at weddings. Go ahead and Mr. Curran, go ahead and roll to go on the grounds.
Oh, that's a fortitude roll, is it not?
Less fortitude. And I'll say this is still the scene, though it's about to end.
Oh, yes, and I have been playing around with inflation calculators. £5,000 in 1919 is roughly $365,000 today.
Woo! That's nice.
Generous.
Holy crap. That is a 10 for Go Out on the Grounds.
Nice. You travel through the environment with no impediment or cost. So, you find yourself...
Anything gets in the way, I can just whack it out of the way with the axe.
Nice.
Kind of like machete.
It's crazy that they've now accepted that you're just walking around with an axe at the party. They're like, oh, that's totally normal. He's an entertainer guy. He's a butler entertainer. But yeah, you Rufus guides you, and he's like trying to pick up the pace, hurry you along at whatever pace you're going at is just not fast enough. And you come within sight of the circle of men in black robes with Danker in the center with this, again, like there's like she's gripping a shovel. There's a fully, what looks to be an oblong, freshly churned bit of soil in the ground. What do you do?
As I spot them coming up, to Rufus, hopefully while I'm out of earshot, and it's kind of whisper, it's like, Rufus, my man, what is going on? Is this Danker in? Who are these people?
I think that's what she wanted your help with. We don't know. They haven't said anything or moved. They were just suddenly here.
Certainly ominous. They haven't said anything, just surrounded you. And yet they let you leave?
They weren't there one minute and there the next, and I was able to leave. Miss Danker thought it would be best perhaps if I fetched you. And you're seeing this conversation, by the way, Stephanie. You're just out of earshot, like where you can't quite hear what they're talking about.
Well then, I guess needs be I must find out what is going on and perhaps rescue the fair Lady Danker if she is in need of rescue. Rufus, follow along behind me.
What'd you say, Rufus?
Follow along behind me.
And he'll definitely do so.
And I approach the circle, coming to full view, awareness, Miss Danker, and hopefully, not hiding myself from the dark figures. Go. What ho? What is all of this going on?
That seems like a very English thing to do. This horrible, weird scene is going on. What's going on here? Yeah.
Do I need to ignore the strange here?
That's a really great question. I suppose, this is strange. Let's see how you do. Let's see if you go past. So yeah, go ahead and ignore the strange.
All
Good
right.
call.
Got +1 on that as well. How convenient. Wow, that makes 11 +1 is 12.
Ooh.
Nice.
I can
Right,
ask you a question about the situation as unfolding.
Ooh.
My question is, what do they
Wouldn't it be-
want? What does it seem like they want?
It seems like they want to stand vigil over Mortimer.
Interesting.
Not take his body.
You get the impression that this is some kind of, though esoteric, this is some kind of thing you're seeing, like the ground is now sanctified or something to that effect.
And out of character question, when is Mortimer's birthday?
This is probably like early November, let's say. So it'll be December 30th.
Okay, so yeah, not for a couple months. Well, I mean, that's just not a character thing, but okay, this is definitely interesting. But yeah, so what's going on? Asking questions of them as I'm approaching the circle.
Yeah, there's
Hopefully
just no
somebody
response.
will answer me. And so Mortimer's there as well. And what state does Mortimer appear to be?
He doesn't appear. There's a freshly turned soil there, as best you can tell.
Oh, Mr. Current. Thank God that you're here. You see, we were burying Lord Mortimer. And they appeared, and I don't know what to do with them. They haven't spoken to me once.
So you've dug a grave for Mortimer and are interring his body.
Oh, haven't heard. And I'll kind of shovel on the
Past
ground.
tense, already done.
And there was no difficulty doing this. Nothing out of the ordinary.
No, he was unconscious, and we had help from the gardener.
Wait, he was alive?
Well,
oh my god! It just gets better.
Are you telling me that you buried Lord Malbane alive?
No, he was probably dead when we buried him.
Probably.
Well, either way, he's certainly dead now. So it's semantics.
You have a great deal of explaining to be doing here.
Well, you see,
he was probably unconscious, but not dead. But now he is definitely.
He was possessed by 100 years. He was possessed by 100 years ghost, and he killed the chef, and then he was going to kill Lord Damien, and so I stopped him.
Did this ghost have a name?
Yes, it was Everett.
Only Everett? No other names came up?
Well, when he came in to kill Damien, he didn't seem to be Everett anymore. But you didn't give me much to go on, to be fair. You just... Oh, it doesn't really get worse, but there are other names, and you might not need weapons. So, obviously we needed weapons and it got worse, and you know something that I don't.
No other names were given to you. he was not Everett, but he did not speak a name, or no name was given to you at all.
Are you in the circle, by the way, Current? Have you ventured inside?
Yeah, I'll be in.
Okay. Rufus will also be with you.
Okay.
Are you absolutely certain that you did not perhaps hear the name Nicodemus?
No, did not. There was a C name, Callaghan, Oregon. He shouted it at Damien when he came in. He seemed to recognize me when we carried him out of the manor. He called me by name.
But he is definitely dead now, you say. How did you verify that?
Well, he had passed out, and then we covered him with dirt. And he's been under there for quite a while.
You as you guys kind of look past each other, you'll notice that the circle is slowly closing. Like, you didn't see a move, nothing, but suddenly they're like, everyone in the circle is now like 2 steps closer in.
Stand up.
Okay, maybe
all of you lot, stay still. No coming closer. Back off. All of you lot, if you're not going to say anything, then keep your distance and leave us be. I don't want any more trouble today. So he was unconscious, but he's been buried in dirt for a while now, so you presume he is dead.
Yes. How long has he been buried?
Since Rufus went to get Current, I would say about 25 minutes-ish, half hour.
Yeah, it's been about a half hour, and I haven't heard of anyone being able to survive not breathing for a half hour. And he had lost quite a bit of blood. Is he magical besides the ghost? Should we cut off his head just to be safe? Do we need to stuff it with garlic?
Lord Malbane and Lord Dracula are different beings, but
Lord Dracula.
I don't know if that would. Also, the Lord Dracula's mouth is supposed to be stuffed with Holy Communion wafers. What kind of Christian are you?
Well, lots of capitalists would say not a very good one.
I got that reference.
Things I have to deal with.
I know, me too. Me too.
Is there any more dirt to be replaced in the shell grave, or is generally all the digging and burying done?
It seems like it was done very well. There's it looks, you can even see what looks like kind of like impressions of a trowel having patted it down. Looks very nice. Well done.
Just to make sure, and also we must mark the grave somehow, as you know, must be proper. Does anybody here know location of a stone slab, perhaps, or maybe a few moderate boulders? You, anyone here? Come on now, you should help with the effort. Go and fetch some large stones to mark this grave. Lay it down properly.
So as you do that, suddenly, as one voice, they start chanting, "Omne Deus nomen decam lara bedan," and just drones on and on in a monotone voice, all at the same time, all as if they were one individual singing, chanting.
Oh, come now. You know I failed Latin at college.
Are you good with that axe?
Not as good as I would like to be. I came to its companionship later in life, but What is it you were thinking?
Well, these don't seem to be moving targets. And we don't know whether they're people or not. So maybe we just get rid of them too?
So it's about then again. They are still chanting, and it's just about then. Current, Current and Stephanie, you hear, Mr. Current, you'll listen to all the mischief we got into. Like we can't wait to tell you. You see Alexander and Alexandrina running through the field towards you all.
Rufus, stop them.
He's like, how mistaker?
Tackle them. I don't know. Be creative. Be creative.
So he does this kind of the same thing he did before, and he kind of hops out of the circle, and again, nobody reacts to his movement, and you kind of see him in the distance, still kind of like puts his hands out, hey, kind of corralling them with his hands, and you can hear that they're saying something, but again, they're not speaking up at this point, so you can't hear.
So these people are chanting ominously. We have very possibly alive Mortimer and well, they allow Rufus to simply walk out. Perhaps if we walk out, they will go away. I don't know about you, but I'm not in the mood to dig 6 more graves today.
But I'm not very interested in this Nicodemus fellow digging himself back out of his grave like Lord Dracula. So I've got to stay here.
Perhaps this might help. And I'll pull out one of the salt cellars that I've been carrying with me ever since I've been worried about dark powers, and I'll sprinkle a whole bunch of salt on this fresh grave. That in theory should help. Some of the old tales talked about spirits or whatnot not being able to cross a barrier of salt. But or you just intending to stay here forever until something emerges from the dirt, or do you intend to leave at some point?
Well, do we have any other way to verify that he would be dead?
Aside from cutting off the head and stuffing its mouth with garlic or communion wafers or gunpowder, I don't really know. But
was there something that said that you had died, or something that said that the Lady Sarah had died, or I don't know, a magical obituary?
That dark powers were afoot today and manifest themselves, but I was not able to get any more information.
Yes,
I do know that.
Yeah, as if her ears were burning. You see, but from kind of steps out from behind Current is Sarah, and she kind of grabs onto Current's sleeve, looks up to him, and says, "Run."
Stinker, I suggest we leave promptly. And I grab her shoulder and tug her as I start to run. Because if Sarah tells me to run, okay. I will attempt to direct the staff.
Roll plus etiquette.
At a +1 makes 11. You must follow my directive, which is to run or lose a prestige.
I have prestige to spare. I'll lose a prestige.
All right, then. I grab your shoulder and pull as I start to run. You hold your ground. My grips, you slip out of my grip, and I'm just like, it is your funeral coming up then, and I will begin to beat feet. It's like,
To beat feet.
it's
Nice.
like, come, Rufus, let us return the children to the house with the festivities. And I will literally scoop up Alexandrina as I'm running by and just kind of like under one arm, like, hold her over my hip and just run.
So Rufus is kind of like he's going to run, it seems, but he looks over his shoulder to Stephanie, like looking for direction, like what am I to do?
Go, take them and bring weapons.
Bring weapons.
And I'm gonna pull out the green bauble and sort of hold it out.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's like, if that's your intention, I'll turn around, take a few steps back, and I will non-murderously throw the axe in her direction. It's like, you might need this then. So, yeah.
Oh yeah, I'll grab it.
The intention of passing it on, not actually like trying to throw an axe at somebody.
Oh god, I don't even know if that's a roll. I don't think it triggers any weird move.
I'm just trying to pass her an item I'm holding, and then I'm gonna run again.
Okay.
Hopefully,
I'll
I'll
say
say
that
a fun game.
yeah, exactly, and they seem tricked. Stephanie, the axe lands like right outside the circle, and you're like looking at it, and suddenly the words get more that they're chanting get louder and more. There's this thing that runs up your spine. The hairs on the back of your neck are just standing up, and they take a step closer, and they're pretty much surrounding both you and the freshly dug grave at this point, and that's it. And you can actually smell the breath of one as he's close enough to you. And it's then.
I'm gonna hit him on the head with the. Oh.
It's then that you feel something. It's grabbed onto your ankle, and it's pulling you downward towards the earth, into the earth. And we'll cut the session off there. And we'll see you for the finale next week.
Oh. Oh no.
Yes. So now you have to show up, Philip.
Oh.
So everybody gets a prestige for surviving, theoretically, right?
Yeah. I mean, since you ended the session there, yeah, I have enough.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, I have 5.
Are you not going to advance?
I think I'm gonna do an advance. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do an advance.
Well, tell us in Discord what you choose, and I look forward to hearing about it next week. So I apologize. I neglected to introduce my players before. So we'll say goodbye to them. Hi and bye. So Philip, thanks for joining us, and you're awesome as always. I'm enjoying Danker quite a bit.
Thank you for doing it. It's good to be doing it. Love it. Sad it's ending next week.
Yeah. It's a bittersweet type of thing, but yeah. So yeah, thank you for joining us here, and again, loving Danker so much. Jason, thank you for joining us. Also, again, Current remains the stout and ever faithful servant of the family at large, and impressively so, even after death.
Different values of family.
Exactly.
Absolutely,
and
my favorite member
interestingly,
of the family is Electo.
Yeah, I mean, interestingly, I think it's transformed a little. Also, there's like some character growth there, and that it's like, yes, I'm just here to serve the family, and suddenly you're like the kid's friend. I think we've transformed Current a little bit over the course of the campaign.
Yes, he does like the kids. Also, I mean, when he died and came back, he definitely has changed a lot. He's a lot more brusque.
Gives a shit.
Brusque, aggressive.
What are you gonna do? Kill me?
Yeah, and to understand, Miss Denka, that things must be getting extremely serious for me to voluntarily give up my axe.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go back to like the German Zweihander when I get back to the house or something.
Yes. So, Jason, thank you for being Jason and keeping hydrated as always.
Tea, as all good British folk drink.
Again, this is a clone test. Like, yeah, if there's not 4 gallons of water around Jason at any point, it's not even him.
Yep.
Oh my god. So, so I am Scott's Case Files, and this is the channel you're watching. So if you're watching me on Twitch, think of following, subscribing, all the good stuff. All of my social media is in the about. And if you're watching this on YouTube, all that stuff's in the description. Think about subscribing, hitting the bell to be alerted when I put out new material, which is weekly. A lot of stuff like this, actual plays and some other stuff. So we had a lot of fun tonight. I had a great time. I had no idea what the hell's going to happen, and that's kind of one of the cool things about a great deal of Power by the Apocalypse games and games I run in general. I have no freaking idea. I'm just going with the flow. A lot of improv. Danker has absolutely been keeping on my toes. So I appreciate that very much, challenging me. And we'll see you next week for the finale of Bedlam Hall. The last one. And Steve will be back with us, and it'll be awesome. And until then, take care, be healthy, do good things for each other and yourself, and go forth and do no harm, unlike the Malbanes. And we'll see you next week for the finale. Thank you so much. Bye for now.
It will be our final session, but will it be our final session?